Okay, next would be Alan Walker, D.Gray-man first uniform, which is the first costume like I made. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Clearly there's a few things that are missing or not completely 100% correct. I finished this and I didn't have enough room for the Rose Cross dude right here, so I just kind of, hey, it's not there, I'm not going to mention it because you don't really notice. I actually never got called on that either, which is kind of nice. He was like my favorite costume. I actually didn't choose him. When I was like deciding to go to Wasabi the first year, I went with two friends from my high school, and they kind of decided for me that I was going to be Alan, even though I had never watched D.Gray-man. I didn't even know what it was either. So I was kind of like, okay, they convinced me to watch D.Gray-man because everything blows up in each episode, so I was like, alright, why not? And I actually sort of fell in love with him, even though I was forced to cosplay him. I don't know, but each of us made a costume, and it's well loved. It's fraying, the silk that like caught on something, so it's like fraying all kinds of craziness in a few places, and there's strings hanging off of it, so it's like, it's an old costume, and I've worn it more than enough times for it to get its worth out of how much it cost. But it's just one of those things where you're like, you love it, and now you're just like, whatever, I really don't care. It was like my first big project sewing too, so. And I used ribbon to do most of this because ribbon and silk are kind of like the same exact sort of look, and just more ribbon to put over this to get the black stripe in the middle of it. D.Gray-man's not very popular anime, so it's kind of really hard to find reference pictures for it, which is unfortunate because it's pretty cool. And then we got like the buttons, and we did the whole 9 yards for our very first costume, which kind of helped me for my future costumes because I'd already gone over the top. So that's kind of like just his outfit. And actually for the first convention I went to, I ran out of time to get a wig before Alan because in China there's like, which is where I get my wigs from, there's like this holiday, so February, you can't even buy wigs from any store anywhere online. I discovered this when I was madly searching for a wig. So I went to a like really cheap wig store, like Fun Services or something, and I got this lovely creature, and this is my first wig, and it's terrible. It's like, it's well like made on the inside, but it's like not enough hair to make it you not be able to like see the inside of the wig, and then it kind of does this weird poofy thing on the top, and it's very clearly not the right coloring. But I just acted like, no big deal, this is the wig I have, and nobody actually like commented on it really. So, but like I kind of like it because it's just kind of weird and funky and stupid looking, but like bangs stab my eyes all day, so I was like constantly moving them out of my eyes because they're like stabbing me. So that's kind of like the wig disaster #1. And then I decided to because I debuted him at Wasabi 2010, and then I also wore him to IndieK that year because he was kind of like the only costume I had. And I got a new wig over the summer, and I didn't take care of it very well over the course of the weekend of IndieK because I wore him pretty much all of IndieK, and it's totally a matted mess underneath, and it really just needs to be replaced. But he's he's a pretty retired costume because I've kind of moved past the whole D.Gray-man's the coolest thing in the world thing. So I don't plan on getting a new wig anytime soon. But this is a nicer wig to begin with, and it's just like, I don't even know how it got so matted. Like, it just did. Like, I can't even wear it. But it looks good in pictures, which is really the only thing I do with him anymore, so having it look good in pictures is a good thing because I don't feel like buying a new wig just for pictures. So yeah, that's pretty much it for first uniform. And he was a fun costume. It's because of this costume that I met most of the friends I have today in the cosplay world. It introduced me to all of my friends actually, so and they're kind of like the only friends I have now because I don't really keep in touch with my school friends as much as I should, but they kind of don't put the effort in the other way either. So that's just kind of like, this is what I do with him. He sits in my room and he wears a hat. And that's kind of Alan Walker's first uniform.